Listen, that's
What's up, everybody?
what's up?
Welcome back to another episode of Who All Gonna Be There podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member to our very entertaining group chat. How are we feeling, y'all?
Hold on. I have to redo this. Welcome to It Should Have Been an Email from Who All Gonna Be There podcast.
You're saying this whole season should have been an email, just cast previews, and hey, this guy Kyle wins it all.
Everything.
After Say left, it should have been an email.
Yeah. That one, wait. The episode that Chrissy left, she dug into it real good. That was a good episode.
That was good. I'll let you have that one.
And then the episode that David went home. When David went home, that was good too.
Yeah,
that was good to see him. But after that,
you had a few little peeks.
Ooh,
but not many.
I definitely love the episodes where Kyle and Camilla would say, "Hey, is it time for us to make a move?" And then they end up not making the move. But man, that only happened. Shoot, did we have that happen more than obstacle courses? I don't know. It's a 50-50.
But okay, so we all know how Kyle was. We ain't gotta, prance around this. So my thing is, we say it was boring, right? Because there was no like shift in power. Eva and Joe kept stringing everybody along.
Correct.
They didn't get voted out. But then Kyle still win. And we also realized from the jury that Camilla would have won. So is it really a flop season if the people we were rooting for was gonna win?
They said Camilla was gonna win.
They all said they voted for her hands down.
What?
Why he taking himself out?
He watching basketball. Something might have happened. He was watching basketball right before we hit play. Did something happen in the last 12 seconds?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching basketball. I should have had to say this episode.
The way I knew it was a couple seconds left, so something crazy must have happened. Go ahead and tell us what happened, Eli.
Man, the Pacers down 2, or shoot, they were down a bunch. They started to climb back. I'm like, oh snap, they might come back. Tyrese Halliburton just sent it into overtime. I'm sorry.
Oh, let me tell my man to watch it.
Hey, more interesting than this Survivor finale. I was half asleep. I was half asleep this entire finale, and all it takes is 5 seconds of Tyrese Halliburton to get me to pop off.
We have been recording now for 3 minutes and 12 seconds, and it took us that long to get off topic from Survivor.
This is them, these basketball fanatics, y'all. What I'm gonna do?
Eric, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I was just saying that, we talked about how boring this season has pretty much been, besides those last couple of points in the game when after Say left, right? But was it really that bad in the flop of a season if the people we were rooting for heavy from the jump won or had the opportunity to win?
I think there's two opinions on this. One, that it's the editor's fault.
Mm-hmm.
That, they've been trying to craft this narrative, but I truly feel like it was a boring season because those shifting powers are what makes the game fun. Like, looking back 2 years from now, what are we going to remember about this season?
Kyle and Camilla, Say.
Are we going to remember any moments, I guess? Like, hey, we'll definitely remember them, but what moment will we be like, oh, they lied about an idol. I guess that is pretty cool. Mm-hmm. They had an undercover relationship. That, of course, is great. But what moments stand out? I don't really know.
Yeah, I agree with you in terms of moments. Maybe the Chrissy moment. Maybe we think about that. But I don't know if that was even big enough to, be like, oh, we're going to remember that. I mean, anything with Say, Say just in and of herself for the first Hey DM Rocks, of the first few weeks was just like chef's kiss. Her feud with Mary, Cedric and his votes Okay, we gotta remind you.
We do have to split the season in half.
Yeah.
When Say was on this show and when Say was not in this show.
Remerge. This show.
Oh, excellent. It was approaching top 10, early top 5 conversation. Like, oh my gosh, it's so chaotic. People don't like each other, and all to get to the end where this is 45 levels of Kumbaya cast. And shout out to no hate against that. Shoot, everyone made friends, but this was so togetherness.
This was beyond. You said season 45. I won't even put season 45 in that, because at least for them, all of them was playing the game, right? Like, they are not just, I'm going to roll over. This is my best friend. I want my best friend to win the game. Like, no, season 45, all of them were playing the game. All of them, even though they were close. The Reba 5, look, we gonna all remember that Reba 5. The Reba 5 was like this, but they were all in it to win it. This season, you have people at Final Tribal Council, y'all. Oh, well, if they win, it's okay. If they get more votes than me, or if you all like them. No, there is. And Chrissy, thank God for Chrissy. I wish she could have stayed longer. I didn't realize the icon that she was until it was too late. Because she's like, only one of y'all are getting $1 million. What do you mean? Ava, what is that girl name? Eva, what do you mean? We still friends to the end. We did this together. Y'all can't walk out of here with the check together.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's almost like the $1 million was not an impactful thing. Like, you know what? Maybe inflation has hit Survivor, and $1 million is not big money. Because to me, that's still big money. But
it is big money.
The way the season was played, though, I don't know if $1 million is big money.
You let them talk about it. They was just like, well, if I don't get it, I just don't get it. But get in there. Y'all know we started with the little final 5, and we ain't gonna go through all of that. But Trish, you're back now. So what are your thoughts, real quick? So you still consider it a flop, even though we kind of got the ending that we were kind of hoping for? Or
I don't want to call it a flop. I'm gonna call it a trip. You know what I'm saying? You didn't necessarily flop, but you tripped up a little bit. It's crazy, bittersweet, because I like, after a certain point, Kyle is the one I wanted to win. So I'm glad he wanted to win, but then he did all that funky stuff that I'm gonna rant about in a minute. And so he pissed me off. So now I can't really be as happy as I want to be. But I am excited that Kyle won. He played I feel like an overall great game. Will I ever go back and watch the season again? Never. That's how I'm feeling. You know what? Out of 1 to 10, I'm gonna automatically go ahead and give the season a solid 5.3.
I was about to say, shoot, this season might be better as a binge in terms of, hey, you can quickly get to the next week, be like, is this week the week they take a shot? Oh, it's not. Let me watch the next episode. Surely they're going to take a shot this next episode. Oh, right. They didn't. And then all the way to the end.
Yep. And like when you were out, Trees, Eli brought up a really great point. It's like, this season, you honestly have to look at it as 2 different games, because that pre-merge was excellent. It was an excellent pre-merge. Like, it had us on y'all, we literally talked about this. Y'all, if you're watching, you haven't watched our coverage, go back to the beginning of the season for those first like 4 or 5 episodes. We were literally on the edge of our seat every single week, because we did not know what was going to happen. We had no clue. And
there was a lot of people that were just kind of like checked out in the beginning. I thought the beginning of the season was great. I was like, it's a little messy. You know, we got it's a little funny. Got people actually playing the game. So I don't know. I enjoyed it in the beginning part. The last part definitely kind of went for me, but it's a season.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how it, it all shake out in the end with, because different seasons come out. We like, oh, we thought this was the worst season. Because we all thought 43 was bad, right? Everybody was like 43, trash, forget 43. And I wonder how, with 49 coming out later and then 50, how that's going to impact
how it ages.
How it ages. Because again, sometimes we get these brilliant seasons and then the winter we like, but this season was kind of like, yay, but the winner, so
yeah, it's kind of like, yay.
So I wonder how that's going to
Should we get to the first half, the first part of this episode that was spoiled, apparently from previews?
Welcome, Josh.
Yes. Hey, Josh.
Hello. Hey.
What was funny is that, and I wonder if that intern got fired.
I don't think so.
They did do a preview, and it showed Camilla with the immunity necklace already around her neck, so we knew she was in Final Four. And it also showed Mitch walking in with the jury. So way to spoil that. So once again, their whole first hour could have been an email. The entire first
text. Hour. You ain't gotta, don't even mess up my Gmail. Don't even clutter my inbox with that. Just text me that.
Yeah, you know what? You ain't even gotta text me. Send me a voice memo. I love a voice memo. Hey, Camilla won immunity. Mitch went home. Good night. I would have just hit it with that.
Hey, but y'all, they had an obstacle course with a fire puzzle at the end, and I just thought that was inventive. I haven't seen anything like that before from this show.
Ingenuity, I mean, is just out of this world, right?
It's just who thought of that? Who thought of an obstacle course with a puzzle at the end?
Not as brand.
Fire, a basic fire puzzle at that.
Sure, I don't know how basic it was because Kyle was sitting there. Just hands on hips, just wasn't happening.
I was a little annoyed with the fact that it was a basic. And Josh, I know you're gonna want to chime in, especially for this, but I think I was annoyed that it was a basic fire puzzle, given the fact that back in season 46, 47, when it was 46, 46, they had to do that puzzle, and you had to pay attention to those numbers, and those numbers meant something when they got up to the thing, and it didn't really mean anything this time around. And so I was like, why y'all made it was a fun complication to this already basic puzzle that made it more interesting, and then y'all just went back to boring. So
let's make it boring, guys.
Josh, your thoughts? Literally, that's us.
When I thought things couldn't get more underwhelming, I was whelmed.
Oh, that's funny.
Truly. That's it. I mean, honestly, y'all, like, what else could we say?
Oh, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I did do a little hop and a skip and a toodly-doo when Eva got the advantage and still lost.
Okay, but
she did. She was.
Oh my gosh! Even that competition before was so kumbaya. Why y'all telling each other letters and everything?
Okay, but can we find the producer who's giving her all these clues and these advantages and these everything? Can we find them and get rid of them, please? Because how is it, Josh? He's our resident Survivor historian. Has there ever been someone to get so many advantages and reward meals in one season?
She gotta have a record. She has to have the top record.
Yeah, no, she has by far had the softest Survivor journey of anyone who made it to final.
Girl was playing Big Brother.
She was on slot for a couple of days. She was on slot for a few days.
She was playing camping. That's what she did.
Is this what they wanted Camp Comeback to look like, or not Camp Comeback? Wherever they were outside.
Yeah, you're right.
Frankie, Janky World, whatever.
Oh, Janky World, yeah.
I had never seen someone be more comfortable in the merge phase of the game.
Had the nerve to say she was hungry, girl. If you don't go like that, you'll be fooled.
I just want to pop in the forehead real quick. Girl, shut up.
You don't get that on the back of your teeth.
But also, my issue too is the other. I can't wait to get, because I need to hear from y'all, these other contestants, because y'all kept talking about, oh, we know who's the most hungry. She been talking how hungry she is. I know Eva. Y'all know that girl ain't hungry. She done been on every reward but one, it feel like. And how is she the one that's hungry? How is she the one that's deserving of a reward? You really have people like others. Like Kyle, I ain't seen Kyle go on. I mean, he went on one last week, but before then, he ain't been on one. Other people were hungry and starving throughout this season, but yet Eva's the one that got pick after pick after pick
after pick.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. She got chosen time after time too. She got chosen. And hey, that's social game right there. That's 2 vote finalists.
Was that social game
finalist?
Or was that social pity?
That was very much that's pity for 200, Alex. That
We gonna call a spade over here, baby. We ain't holding it. Like, were y'all really trying to build a bridge, a social bridge to like keep her close, or were you doing it for the optics because you don't want to feel like y'all were outcasting her or making her feel whatever? Because
I mean, they ain't feed Mitch, and Mitch was hungry for like 7 straight episodes.
Dang,
and they said, we don't gotta feed
my
Mitch.
boy Mitch. Lord Jesus.
And I don't like Mitch. Was even considering taking Mary.
Right.
Did
she was hungry.
It's them
I bet if someone took Mary on a reward, Joe, you might have earned her jury vote.
Oh.
Just because you remember her kindness. So,
yeah. So it's just so many things this season. There's so many things to just pick apart, but like her getting all these big advantages and then being just laughing about like it's so cute, like the arrogance and entitlement that she had this entire season. Like she didn't have to work for anything. Like Josh said, she had a soft Survivor season. I ain't never seen nobody play. I want to play like that. If I get on, I want every meal too. That's what I would love it.
See, I'm gonna go on Survivor and say I'm a diabetic, and so everyone made me feel like horrible.
Listen,
boy, his sugar to get too low. What you say, Trees?
I said at this point, you might as well.
I mean,
a mess.
It was. So Mitch went home. We didn't care. We was waiting on them. We was in the group chat like, when they gonna get to this elimination? Because
I forgot.
Could have finished his finale in 2 hours. It could have been a 2-hour finale, not 2.5 hours before the gosh dang reunion, whatever.
The way, another reason, a list, what is this, number 426 reason why this should have been an email. Mitch, he didn't even try, fam. He was like, hey, fam, I'm going to say your name. Oh, shoot, I'm about to go home.
But wait.
Hey, it's because we like you. Oh, all right. I'm going to go pack up myself.
Mitch should have just like straight up grabbed Eva's idol and just like stole that and tried to play it.
That did, but I still would have been like, all right, like, let me see.
But wait, he did. He tried to sneak snitch. He tried to sneak snitch on Kyle, Camilla. The people I played this game with all day now, they leaving me out to dry. They turning their back. Like, he gonna really point out, some trying to indicate to Joe and Eva, like, they been playing y'all pretty much. I'm like, where was this 3 weeks ago? Why you didn't? You should have been playing this 3-4 weeks ago. You should have been trying to do something 3-4 weeks ago. But now you gonna wait till you get ready to go home to try to rat out them.
Baby, it's too late.
I just could not believe it. I said, look at him snitching.
Yep.
Like,
and especially knowing that it didn't even work. And
then he didn't, like Tree said, he barely did it. Like, he was just kind of low key. Oh well, Jeffrey, I just how I feel. The two people he put his hand on what's the name? Me. The two people I've been playing this game with, I just can't believe it. They said they can't take me no further in the game. What? Won't.
And they weren't even showing up. Like, oh, they were just like, and can't.
Hey, they hit the Mitch video. They hit that to him.
Like, nothing else we can do. Look, what's that, Monique? My brother didn't burn too many bridges. There's nothing we can do for him now.
Funny thing is, did he burn a single bridge? And I'm curious on if he truly had a chance in Final Tribal Council, or if that was, I mean, Joe could have claimed something like that. Joe was able to make Mitch be a threat in the eyes. He's been preaching this for most of the jury phase, where he's like, Mitch still has a story, and if Mitch hits those final 3 chairs, he'll be a scary guy despite not doing anything.
Even Kyle, I don't know, what should I do after he won the immunity? I don't know, should I choose Joe? Should it be Mitch? Should it be Joe? Who should it be? Well, after Camilla won, I'm sorry. Who should it be, Joe that we take out, or should it be Mitch? Because Mitch is a threat. Mitch and threat should never be in the same sentence together. It should honestly be a punishable offense.
I'm gonna be very, very real and transparent right now. The only reason why they were nervous of getting next to Mitch is because of his story. And I think it's the
But
same
they weren't scared of Eva. If you're going band for band, I don't know.
Clock it, because she
That's
showed
true.
used it. My weakness. Oh, it's not a weakness though. The question was weaknesses, but the first thing that come out to my weak. Well, it's not a weakness, but I'm autistic, and y'all got to see that.
Saying that was the first thing that came out of her mouth. I was like,
she tripping because my son is autistic, and that's probably the best of his abilities. He is fabulous. Okay,
So brilliant.
So no, yeah, I will agree with her on that. You're autistic,
Because then
not your weakness.
Okay, Eli.
Mitch really reminds me of, I mean, the past handful of seasons, like the guy, just the person that makes Final 3 gets no votes, and then Twitter's kind of like, well, a few years later, well, they were a good Final 3 person. And I'm curious if it's a under editing thing where he was propped up as a social butterfly.
If anything, I think the show still giving him too much credit.
Yes.
Yeah, because even in confessionals, I was like, why is we still?
Hey,
you still?
Hey, he taught Star how to swim or whatever that segment was 20 episodes ago.
And then did he vote out the same episode?
Did. Which he shouldn't have done.
Pretty much.
Mitch could now that's a story right there. He was a swing vote in a couple of them things. Now that's what you could do.
Votes, honestly.
Yes. That he could have turned the tide in his favor, and he really could have been a contender to win on top of his story. And if he would have did those moves, we would have been like, okay, Mitch, we see you.
All right.
We see you. Mm-hmm. But he didn't. So
he just made a move. Because this season, just making a move is enough to win.
And the move he made was from the game to those jury seats. That's the only move he made.
Yeah.
Man, he got Say out, right? Didn't he get Say out? No, maybe not. Maybe not. And Say is that girl.
Yes.
No, I forget who got Say out. I just remember they voted for each other. Gotcha.
Because it was a split tribal that cursed split tribal. But
go ahead.
Yeah, like so Mitch gone, which get him, send him home. Final 4 is the challenge, the one that we talked about. I hate this is the hardest challenge.
Hold up. Hey, we gotta talk about what happened before the challenge.
How did I forget?
Tell us what happened.
No, you do it because
Camilla wakes up, sees the sun, and it's just like, you know what? I have to tell Kyle, I'm not taking them to Final 3. You're making fire, even if I would. Have fun learning fire, buddy.
Camilla.
Let me tell you what happened. So I have the iPad in the bathroom, putting the kids in the bath, right? When I heard her, I was like, am I tripping? Did they already do? She won immunity twice? I thought I was tripping. I said, And then I was like, all right, hold on. They going to me. I said, I know she did not just say to this man, the one you've been working with, like, Kyle, I'm going to send you to fire. And you haven't even won immunity yet. You haven't even played it.
Don't know what
I said, Camilla.
That was the dumbest move she's ever said.
I honestly feel like they've been saying that all season, though, because there's been so many confessionals and conversations that they've had that have been them saying, we want one of us to make it. I feel like it's never been, hey, both of us in at the final. We have to set ourselves up so one of us is sitting at the end.
That's cute in your confessional. You don't tell it to the other person's face.
I'm not.
You have no control.
That's something you can say after you get that final necklace put around your neck.
Yes.
Like, look, brother man, it's a cool working with you, but you're going to have to earn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you to do it so prematurely and for him to win, that's the icing on the cake. For him to go and win it, it's like you packed his bag. That's what we say on Big Brother. You packed their bags and put them by the door.
Had it ready.
You already shipped that man off to go do fire before you even had the keys to get in the car to drive. And now he's in the driver's seat for real with the keys, getting ready to take your bags out. Because now you have to be like, oh, well, actually, I didn't really mean that. I I was actually gonna take you. I was just playing. You didn't know. That's what I would have been doing. I didn't really mean it,
Messing
Kyle.
around. I was just messing around.
I was just playing, Kyle. Don't believe nothing. It was the delirium. It's the
I
starvation.
was tripping.
It was the sugar.
I haven't ate in a while. It's been hours since I've eaten pasta.
Right.
I need another award, and I wouldn't have said that.
Exactly.
But anywho, I getting into the immunity challenge, the one where you drop was it like a little golf ball or something?
Mhm.
And it has to be in the little cylindrical little, and you have to do it with one hand and make sure it doesn't drop. This is one of my favorite Survivor comps.
Hate it.
Everyone knows, if you have watched this podcast from whatever show we're covering, I am such a fan of a simple, basic comp. I love, like, of course I'd love, some of the intricate ones, but it's so simple. Put your hand behind your back and don't let the ball drop.
That, bro.
Like, what are the rules? Don't let the ball drop, fam. That's it. And so it was intense. I wonder how long that actually went, because it felt like it was actually going on for a good little minute.
Mm-hmm.
So that was entertaining. I liked it.
Josh, your thoughts on the comp? Because I know
it was, Mary. It was.
I mean, it's a classic Survivor Final Four comp. It didn't get too deep into the trenches, so like, cool.
Going in, did we think anybody had an advantage over the other ones? Like, going into this particular challenge, like, were we like, ooh, I feel like this one's gonna be a challenge for? Because I feel like we've done this prior season, like, oh, this gonna be, if it's this type of comp, oh, they might need to go ahead and pack their little bags, because for me, I didn't really know who was gonna be good at this. I'm like, it could be anybody, to be honest. So interesting to see Eva drop out, then Camilla, then it was down to Joe and Kyle. And I was actually in the middle of a session, so I was kind of like over here in the other living room when I was watching the TV across the room. I'm like, so who won? I couldn't tell if it was Kyle or Joe, because I was like, which one of them did it? Because if Joe would have won, I'm like, oh Lord, they didn't let this man get here to.
Oh no, Joe's not gonna have to make fire. Oh man. Because surely if Kyle wins, Joe's making fire.
Right. For sure.
But Kyle won, so of course that means Joe's making fire, right? Except no, because Kyle has to stay true to his heart and
love you, Mary.
Yeah, shout out Mary. But Kyle, you can't not take Joe, because you promised it. You promised him, and backstabbing, that'd be bad, and can't have that.
And okay, but also before the whole fire making thing too, with that, Eva, I laughed. I'm sorry. That was funny. You had all this soft, sweet, everything handed to you all season long, and now you can't make no fire. That, her crying, I'm sorry, call me mean, call me callous, call me whatever, but I loved it. I'm glad. Struggling.
Pick me.
Go, Josh.
The joy, the satisfaction, the euphoria I felt with those Komodo dragon tears.
Not the Komodo dragon tears.
Literally.
I was like, finally, it's day 25, and now you finally had to face some real adversity in the game. Welcome to Survivor. Glad you finally showed up on the penultimate day.
Get him to experience what it's like to be a survivor for real.
I mean, I feel like this
fight
is
for your spot.
I mean, I am happy that Eva stood on her ground saying that she wanted to do it. Where to me, and y'all probably saw this way too, where those were just frustration tears, like when she couldn't do that one challenge earlier, start to spiral. And it was a similar thing. And I feel like we also saw that in the Final 5 immunity challenge, where she couldn't get it into, she couldn't make a wide open shot, but she was getting frustrated then too. And I am happy that after Joe calmed her down, that she, through her tears, she was saying, no, I'm doing this. I won't let you take it from me. Because Kyle was even considering, Kyle was saying, hey, you know what? Am I a bad person for making someone I'm playing against do fire?
Right.
which was crazy.
And no, the answer is no, you're not a bad person because it's a game. This is a game. It's a game. Any decision that you make within this game is warranted. It's okay. So you crying. I'm sorry. If you can't have, if the pressure, and granted, like they all go through those evaluations. If whatever part of this game is gonna be too much for you, that is on you. You signed up for this. You know, you signed up for that. What's that?
Immediately.
You signed up for this. So unfortunately,
spicy.
Sometimes the game does become too much for people, but that's what you signed up for. So if it was too overwhelming for her and that caused her to lose, so what? That's not on you. And that's why I feel like she just kind of held it over their head invisibly though, because everybody kept making these decisions based on how she was going to feel, how this was going to impact Eva, how is this going to get her off track, how is this going to mess up her day. I don't care. If it ain't benefited me, she got to go
Quickly.
If it ain't benefited me, she going to be hungry. You know?
I mean, funny thing that I was thinking, I guess this goes into them actually making fire. Like, I kind of wanted, wanted is the wrong word, but it would have been interesting if Camilla was talking more smack. And like, if you really want that $1 million, if you're willing to go low for that $1 million, and of course, Camilla isn't the type to go low. She'll lie, but she's not going to go way too low. Then it's like, Eva, your fire's running out. You aren't going to recover. Like, just that smack talk. Listen, where you could have let her spiral so much more.
Very on 10 over here.
Back to Corinne, Nyanka.
I'm saying that lightly. I guess I'm saying that really lightly. Where it's like, imagine if someone was in Eva's ear, letting her spiral more, and that's where Joe kind of was that rock. Where it's like, all right, she starts to spiral. Joe's coming to save her. Imagine if the inverse Joe, instead of Joe, she got some evil person that's just helping her spiral more.
But is it evil or is it mind games? Because that's what I need to. We got to be in it to win it. Do whatever you can to win this game. If that causes me, that means getting you off your track.
Look,
listen, I ain't gonna even lie. I would have been in Eva ear like, girl,
look at your fire. It ain't gonna work. It ain't coming.
Just look at your. It's okay, Think water when you look at it. Maybe if you think the opposite element, it'll help you. Just
I probably want to get
when you get there, just take a minute. Don't even start automatically. You need to just.
Sorry, what were you about to say, Josh? I know Josh was about to say something too.
Go ahead, Josh.
No, the way that I would have been throwing her off her game. I feel like I'm just gonna say it.
Josh,
she has been so coddled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she really has.
And so baby. It's like I never seen in all the fire makings that I've seen, I've never seen someone have to be talked to this, encouraged this way. And it's funny was it's a fire making challenge, but someone nearly burnt out midway through the challenge. And it's like sometimes you just gotta let the game be the game. I almost wish Jeff would shush them and just let whatever happens. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, each survivor is responsible for their own self and regulating their own self.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
She shouldn't be no different. This is Survivor. You signed up for this.
You did.
No, really. I agree. I love the moment that we got in the season, but it gets to a point. What if Joe was gone? What was you gonna do if Joe had got eliminated the week before? Right? What would you have done?
If Joe had left, Eva would not be in that final 3.
Nope. Wouldn't have. Because what real connection did she really make with other people in this game? They had that little group thing, but
Joe held that together for them.
Right.
And Kyle, ain't all of them. She was just an additive, honestly, to Joe's game.
She really was the plus one. No matter what she said in her speech, she was
the plus one.
Hey. Who got more votes though? Who got more votes? You feel me?
Still crazy.
You feel me?
Boy, hold on. I know that's gonna keep Joe up at night. I know
to someone who definitely played a less impressive game than me.
Honestly, I don't think Joe cares. He said he came here to show the people this is who he really is, and he did. And Joe's gonna get a bunch of opportunities if he
Well, he don't
wants
get a
them.
check.
As long as that opportunity ain't another season of Survivor.
I mean, what during the reunion, jumping all the way to the reunion, Joe's saying stuff like, "Hey, thank you, Eva, for giving me the chance to show who I am as a person." And I guess earlier this episode, I was saying, what moments have there been this season? And honestly, they've all been Joe related. Like that Joe and Eva relationship. I feel like looking back on this season, that's honestly what we'll kind of remember in terms of Eva making Joe cry or making Jeff cry.
I don't remember that.
And all those. Man, Jeff's gonna remember that, and you know what? That's all that matters. She's gonna say, "I haven't cried this hard since Eva made me cry."
And the fact she tried to use that in her speech, girl, sit down.
That's a game-winning move right there.
Pomegranate.
Hey, those hurt.
Pomegranate.
Yeah. So I don't know if y'all caught that. I don't know. I saw it on Twitter. I didn't see it, but somebody said something about that Eva knew which magnesium was messed up or low, and she told
I mentioned that.
Ain't no way someone actually. I put that in our group chat as a joke.
No, I was literally seeing that on Twitter. People was like, she told
somebody was saying
Camilla
it too.
over there because she knew Purple
Oh,
had.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I made that as a joke, but yeah, for those, I made this joke watching Camilla. Of course, right before they started, Eva was like, "Oh, Camilla, you take Purple." And then Camilla's magnesium she's like, "Oh, it was working all day, and now it's not working."
Quickly, I would have said, "Thank you."
I would have been like, just to throw off her game, I would be like, "No, you can take Purple. I'm gonna sit there and take this one right here." I walked in.
Baby, I would have told them bring out another one. If she would have gave it to me, I don't trust it. It would have been a scene. It would have made the cut. It would have made the cut. It would. And that fire would have been made.
Mm-hmm. So that's a little bit of controversy, a little
you
something.
Cannot trick me.
Because I mean, honestly, and it's easy for we watching and looking back, like she done got everything. They literally put an idol in her chip, so it's like, is it too far off base that y'all messed up the magnesium over here? Like, I don't know. But the girl do beat Camilla in the fire making. Finally did something for herself.
Woo. Finally on the eve of day 25.
Baby. Rumor has it Camilla is still trying to get a spark. Girl, let her up.
And why all of a sudden, like, your body cramping up? Like, you making fire. You can do it.
Oh, that's high pressure. No, I feel that.
Sit down. No one's forcing you to stand up to make the.
No, that's whole body freaking out type thing where just high stress. I know Camilla's heart rate was racing the whole time, so
mine too.
I don't blame her body for failing her, especially after 28 days, 29 days, whatever of just no food.
Yep.
Oh, it's 20. Oh, still.
Same, yeah. I get it. It does happen. That type of, flight, fight, freeze. It's all part of it. So I can understand it. I think we're all tired of fire making, Mary, but
is it going to remain in 50? Do you think there's a chance that 50 comes around?
It's going to be in 50.
There's no way they're going to not let it be.
They did. I'll be highly surprised if they did.
Yeah. So we down to our final 3, y'all. Going into it, I feel like we were all on the same page. We're like, well, Joe, congratulations.
I definitely thought Joe had it in the bag. I ain't even gonna lie to you. And I said, Kyle might get it, but yeah.
I honestly thought it was 50-50 the way that just knowing that Camilla was going to the jury, like, man, it's nice to have a jury, someone captaining you in the jury. So I'm like, oh, it's about a 50-50.
I mean, I expected him to get votes. Like, I wasn't saying that I felt it was going to be a blowout, but I was like, I just felt like just based on, like you mentioned, I can't remember if we were already on stream or not, but Joe ran the season. You said it, he did. He literally, not even low key. The decisions were made around Joe, how Joe felt, who was loyal to Joe, did Joe trust you or not? That's how everything was going. He ran the season, but he became the least vote getter. Go ahead, Joe.
I was gonna say, I don't think Joe recognizes that was his role that he played. because I really feel like if he saw like his game the way that we saw his game, he probably would have won. Because he would have just been like, yeah, I played loyal, but then again, I was also the one over here calling the shots. Yeah, they had a little Shaheen thing, but they all needed me to be on board to do it.
Yeah. And a lot of the other moves, like taking out Dave, blindsiding David, they weren't going to do it unless Joe was on board to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were pivotal moments where it's like everything reverted back to Joe.
Right.
You know.
And it didn't even sound like, I forget who it was during the jury confessionals, where they kind of said, hey, we need Joe to kind of own that he lied a little bit and played the game.
David that said that.
That was David. Yep. And that's
exactly.
And that's so
don't bring him back either.
Please don't.
And I've said it about 30 times in the past 2 episodes. I'm sorry, but it's so Mike Turner coded from Marianne season, where it's just you were the central decision maker. It's just, are you gonna acknowledge how much you actually backstab people? Like, how much you actually got people out despite playing a really loyal game that would never cut anyone or hurt anyone.
And the thing is, with Mike, he was directly asked, so how did you backstab? How did you lie? How did you manipulate? Like, what did you own your game? How did you snake?
Everybody should be asked. Every season, it needs to be asked.
Literally needs to be asked. And so for Joe to go in there, and he didn't fight like I thought he would. Like, he just kind of sat there and just let whatever happen. Because I feel like he wanted Eva to win this game. I truly do. I feel like he didn't want the million for himself. That's how I'm starting to feel and look.
Man, he should have fought hard and then donated it to her or something. Quick little Venmo request. Just
imagine going on Survivor. You want someone else to win more over you. It'd be like one thing. Be like, if it's not me, I want it to be you. But why say that when it could still literally be you?
It could literally be. And shout out to Chrissy. We just gonna get into that too. Shout out to Chrissy.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry we didn't understand the icon that you are, ma'am, because she literally, and I said,
like Chrissy,
stuck it to them. She put their feet to the fire. She did not let up, and she spoke real the entire time. Loved it because only one can get this check. Only one. So there is no we. There is no us. There's only you. What's not clicking?
Shoot, you know who else was iconic?
Who?
Knock knock.
Me?
That pissed me off. I'm like, that is the most awkwardest, stupidest, unnecessary thing I ever saw and heard on this game.
Now, a matter of fact, I want to amend my previous statement. For David, don't bring him back nowhere.
Ever.
Don't try to put him on the challenge. Don't try to put him on the circle. Don't try to put him on got to get out.
Eli, if you don't sit your ass down.
Don't bring the man back.
I gotta pay respects.
Rumor has it David is still standing.
But no, Camilla better get 50% of all the work with jury. Okay, this is what I wanted to bring up. Shout out to Camilla. That is an ally. Because how about Eva talking about, well, what I did in the game was I did the Cheyenne vote pretty much. She went into all these unnecessary lying details. And Camilla looked at Kyle. She said, I got you.
You like, you got to eat this up. That's what, see, and you know what? I got to give her a big one because that's a true ally. You know what? If we got to end up cutting each other, because best believe, if I got to cut Eric, I'm going to cut him. If I know he's going to beat me, I'm going to cut him. But you know what? If he cut me, baby, I'm going to throw that alley. I'll be like, hey, you remember that one day that you had did this? Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Baby, I'm going to talk about your best move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you better give Camilla a really good, take her to Perry's. I don't know what I'm at, but it's the best steak place in Dallas. Take her to Perry's and give her a check.
Because I truly wonder, like, what the vote count looks like without Camilla, kind of, because I already know she got to Ponderosa and was big up in him. And maybe his game was seen more, and I mean, Cheyenne looks like he kind of saw the game too. But having someone that goes into the jury and kind of hits those marks where on paper, Joe kind of had it. And Camilla and Kyle played a game for the edit. That's a dumb way to put it, but edit wise, they're geniuses. But can that game actually be seen? And Camilla highlighted that.
Yeah.
I will say this: I don't know how much of the reunion-ish crap that y'all watched, but I remember I was watching and they had asked the jury if Camilla was there.
Yeah.
How would she have done? They said, "Yeah, she would have won."
Yeah.
I wonder if
I really think that. Yeah. So I really think that Kyle kind of benefited off of Camilla's goodwill, especially like I'm pretty sure Camilla was definitely at Ponderosa. Mm-hmm. She was putting in work on that last day. Let them know how close let people know how close they was, and like was putting in work. So like I feel like he benefited from her being on the jury.
Most definitely. And I also the point I was thinking about too is like with her having that much power in the jury, it is like it was. I want to say it was a guarantee for him because everybody keeps going, oh, I wasn't sure if I was gonna vote, how I was gonna do it, but it makes you wonder like how much of an influence, like what goes on at Ponderosa, how big of an impact that really has on.
Hey, this kind of seeing this had me thinking, should the juries be sequestered? And I know that'll never happen, but I'm like, I truly wonder if they just had the final tribal council performances to vote on, what they would have done. Would more people have voted for Eva potentially? Because in my opinion, I mean, jumping all the way to their performances, I don't think Kyle did an amazing job. It seemed like he was waiting to bring up stuff and never bringing stuff up in terms of his relationship with Camilla and moves that he made. And I'm like, I was almost saying he was gonna Mike Turner himself by just not saying nothing.
He was gonna Carolyn himself, because Eli, I promise you, I was sitting on the edge. I'm over in the other room. I'm like, okay, when Star asked, what are some undisclosed moves, the undercover moves yo made?
Oh, I was like, this is your time to shine.
I went to jail. I was arrested.
No,
I'm a lawyer.
We have this already in the edit.
That's up at the house. That's at the house. We're talking about here.
And
he didn't.
And he let himself get big up by Eva in that situation too.
And then here she go, can I say something? No, because I didn't ask you.
No.
Actually.
No.
He got big up by Eva, even though it seemed like they didn't really care about Eva because Chrissy went right back to Kyle. Wait, you're a lawyer or you're a teacher?
Didn't really care about Eva.
Chrissy did not care, but darn Mary.
Like, whatever.
Leave it to Mary to be a flop. Why vote her? She's so.
Mary who?
Hey, Mary in the chat beat up Eric.
That's the only Mary I know.
Like this Mary Doodah 44.4.
That's the only Mary I know.
The only Mary we acknowledge. And the one who had a little lamb.
And Jay Blige.
And Jay we got a couple Marys. Oh, and Jesus' mother. Those are the four.
That's it.
That's the Mount Rushmore.
The Mount Rushmore Mary. Right.
There might be a lot of Marys. Just know that you're not the one of them, Mary.
No.
Just know you're not one of them.
So I agree with you, Eli. Because I know in the text I mentioned, I was like, Kyle crushed it. I was meaning his final speech. Like it was sweet. It was to the point. He highlighted what he did. He talked his social prowess, his strategic genius, and then he won competitions where they were necessary. And I loved it. It was nicely packaged, bold, wrapped up together, beautifully, nicely done. But I do agree that he was leaving a lot on the cutting floor that could have gotten him to lose the game if it had not been for Camilla in the alley-oop. The other two, I couldn't even tell you what they talked about either, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't think nobody fought, really. It wasn't a fight. Like last season, Sam and Rachel was boom, 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 going head to head, trying to win that money. Okay? Sam was throwing her under the bus. Well, I feel like she really do nothing because she happened to find an idol in her fries. Oh, she's such a dick because she found an idol in her fries. Like they were going for it, right? I just feel like everybody was on cruise control in this final three.
I mean, I feel like it's been on cruise control since final 8.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Kind of, or whenever probably the Mary vote, where it's like, oh, y'all could have. No, we're just gonna cruise through, and it's kind of been a cruise through until the very end, until this final vote, which kind of had the most shocking moment in terms of Eva getting 2 votes and Joe getting 1.
Right.
But yeah, final tribal council performances. At most, I'd give Kyle a C+. And I'm not saying I could do any better, but I just wish that he laid more of his game out.
Yeah, I agree. Josh, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely feel like based on the edit, because reminder, there are this thing takes hours. It really seemed like he was really trying to keep that ace in his back pocket for whenever, like, I think he was keeping that as an Uno reverse. And I really feel like when Eva brought up the Shaheen vote, I was like, he's like, oh, it's go time. He looked at Camilla. Camilla said, you ain't got to even say nothing. I got you.
All right.
But Camilla still had to prompt him, where Camilla had to stop herself because she was about to be like, oh, we had a whole master plan. And she's like, wait, actually, I can't say that. Kyle, what's your opinion on the Shaheen vote?
And that was beautifully done, because it's easy for you to sit over here and be like, well, we was a duo. That's cute. I'm glad you can say that, but I need to hear from him. He needs to tell us that they were the secret duo. And then that's when he kind of got in his bag. Well, you know, Joe and Eva, they were the most public duo, but they weren't the best duo. That was me and Camilla. I said, okay, now you eating a little bit, but it shouldn't have taken prompting, like both of y'all mentioned. It shouldn't have taken that.
Exactly.
I think one point that, sorry to cut you off, Treese, but one point that I think Kyle could have dug on more was, or I'm also surprised that the jury didn't dig on more, the fact that David mentioned it during his confessional, was kind of that fact that Joe was that loyal, that person that would never cut someone, that cut a handful of people, or I guess 2 people, David and Shaheen, where I wish that was kind of a point that I wish was talked about more during final tribal council. Unless I fell asleep and missed it, which there's a chance.
No, not at all. But yeah, it was just, very mediocre, very not interesting for the most part. We have some bright moments in it, but in and of itself, we get the votes. 1 vote for Joe, which was Cedric. I was like,
I said, now what Joe doing? Right. One thing Cedric can do is vote wrong. You know what I'm saying? One thing Cedric gonna do is mess up. And mess up is not the word I wanted to use just now. Okay. One thing Cedric gonna do, Cedric said, fam. All right.
It ain't like your vote was gonna change nothing.
But it's just so funny, like the entire season, his votes have always been like, what are you doing?
What?
Like, are you reading the room?
Genuinely, what's his, like, y'all think that he asked a magic 8-ball and asked that, and that's how he gets his votes? Because that's what it feels like. It truly feels like he picks a thing out of a hat.
Yes.
And he said, oh, I'm voting for, okay, I'm voting for Joe today.
He's like, who is going to get the less amount of votes? I think I'm going to vote that way. Like
I'm glad for Mary. All right, now I grab. Oh, now Satan came out. All right, now Justin's time to go. Yep. Patrick. Oh my goodness.
Like, I'm glad there were not a 0 vote finalist situation, but it was just like voting for that 1 off vote was just crazy.
Yeah.
And then what's even crazier though? Oh, go ahead, Josh. I heard you. Someone's getting ready to come up.
I was gonna say it just would have been hilarious. Like us all season saying Joe's gonna be the winner, just for him to be a 0 vote finalist. That would have been funny. Cedric, you messed up. What the hell's wrong with you?
What would have been funnier, Joe's 0 vote finalist or Eva win?
I would take him out of this thing again because I forgot how to remove votes.
Please.
I should remove you. Oh,
and gone.
Time out, because don't ever speak those words.
No,
ever speak that type of blasphemy and sacrilege.
No,
I would have been kind of funny though.
No, I would have.
It would not
not funny at all. Cedric votes for Eva, and then who else? Someone else votes for Eva, and then it's a 4-4 tie. Joe breaks the vote for Eva to win. Cinema.
Sickening.
Not sickening. Cinema.
That
one never made it.
would have legitimately cemented as
The worst.
I got this already a bottom tier new era season. Evil win would have cemented this as a bottom tier season. Period.
I don't know. I think that happening would have been a top 48 season.
No.
It would have put it in the top 48.
At the bottom of the top 48.
It's still in the top 48.
And especially if it would have happened that way. First of all, that would have been just a travesty if it would have came down to a tie and Joe broke it for
Oh my God, that would have been absolutely terrible.
disgusting, revolting.
Absolutely terrible. No.
I just would have just lost my mind.
How do I come up with so many good ideas? That might be my best scenario I've came up with. Oh man.
It didn't even cross my mind. Like, what if that would? Oh my!
That would have been terrible. We complaining now. Can you imagine how much we'd be complaining then?
Oh,
This podcast was done 5 minutes and 44 seconds ago.
This would have been my last Survivor seat. Like,
Listen, let's go and wrap it up.
Too. I mean, like, until you get a new Jeff, because Jeff been having this season of, this is the best season we've done. Oh, this is such a great season. Exactly, Mary. Because anytime Jeff says something good, we got to know it's ass.
yeah. Because he talking about this season need to be more like this. I don't see why the heck.
No, I need to see another season like this. Fine, you got your meat headlines that way, and they kind of stuck it out together to the end, kind of whatever. Let's just not do this. Let's get back to 49. Let's have a season of actual gameplay, dynamics, people here to play the game and not afraid to play the game. It's okay if you want to exhibit some loyalty and honesty, but you can't expect it. This game ain't built on honesty and loyalty.
Yeah. And I think, Eli, we talked about it like at the beginning. We were talking about the Reba 5. Nobody cares about, I don't really care about an alliance. If they're going to be steamrolled, but if it's still strategic, if it's not just, we're just going to pick off this, da-da-da. The Reba 5, they were a solid alliance from the beginning of the game to the end. But each one of them realized, okay, well, except for Austin, that we got to play this game for ourselves. And they were making moves and deals behind each other's back, still trying to, win the money. Whereas these people, they all just want to go have cotton candy at the final tribal council, eat pizza and pass the champagne, like you're not fighting for $1 million.
No, for
some of the most competitive moments was for reward.
Nah, for real.
Literally.
You know what I just realized? They didn't do no auction. I'm still waiting on it. I love the auction.
They would have flopped this season.
It probably would have.
Ava would have won.
She would have got all the food. She would have got all of them. And
$1. Eva wins with $1.
Oh, Eva, I got an extra couple bucks. You want? Here you go. So you want,
Now, one of the reward challenges should have been a cup of Eva's tears. I know they would have competed heavy for that. They would have been, no, let me get it. No, we get it. Here go Kyle. Let me get it. Now, Joe, let me get it. That would have been the real challenge. Not for real. They was eating them tears up all season. Mm-hmm.
Everybody drank from the fountain of Eva this season. Yeah. They did, truly.
Oh, Jesus.
So Star was one of the first ones to do it. Like, even for her to vote Star, good night. No, good morning, because you can't see a star in the morning. Good morning, because
Man, everything got kicked in a minute. got kicked off the stage.
Now you know that was fast and corny. Like, keep going, Eric.
Because I don't know. Like, what do y'all think about that? Like, her, out of all the people that voted for her, like, you voted for Eva, but granted, she
like
don't know
Star,
what
and I'm gonna just let it be done right there. I didn't see her at the finale. She was not there. She didn't get a chance to make it, and I would like to know why she wasn't at the finale, and that her vote was just a randomizer. So hey, Star.
Hope you're doing well.
Imagine Star got paid. Maybe Star got paid to vote for Eva. You know what?
Maybe.
We talked about it. You gotta have to give me like $50,000 to change my vote. Really, 100. So
listen, I can't make nothing move unless I got at least 100. Okay, I can't make nothing move. Okay.
I wonder Star's opinion looking back at the early part of the season too,
He be
where
sneaking the end. That girl literally said she wants you vote. She gonna vote you out tonight. Like when she was like, "Oh yeah, I want her gone. I do not want her to win nothing tonight. I want so we can get her out of here."
I really would love to hear the jury now knowing what they know now with everything. Would they still keep their vote?
I think they're potentially grateful that Kyle still won the season. I do think he's a good face.
Yeah, he's good.
I think the Kyle both still stay Kyle. I'm talking about them. But if Cedric has changed his, would have changed. Well, Cedric, never mind. But if either Mary or Star would have changed their votes if they knew everything.
Right. Also, Mary, this girl told you she wasn't gonna use her idol on you if you was in trouble. That you gonna be the target every week, and I'm gonna let you know. But I'm not gonna vote for you to help you out. I'm gonna vote you out potentially. Like you can't tell that to my face and think I'm gonna vote for you to win this game. I'm sorry.
Mary gave that vibe. If it's a woman at the end, I'm gonna just vote for her. I think that's kind of the vibe she was on.
Oh, I feel that. Can't hate on.
And the irony of it being that woman who would not return the favor.
Yeah, see, I would have done the same. But you think you want to use it on me? Bet. That would have null and void that quickly.
Why Chrissy clocked her though? She's like, "Oh girl, I thought you were just hockey with all the boys playing hockey, and you were just all with the boys."
We showed it. It was shady.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me say, even Mary was a little shady. She basically said, like, girl, I thought she was a little. I ain't know you had some smarts up there in your brain. I was like, now, Mary. She's like, oh, I didn't know you had all that in you. I said, all right, Mary. All right.
Oh, you thought I was dumb. Got it.
Did. And I
guess what?
I was like, oh, so that's what you're thinking? That's why you sitting over there.
Well, one question for y'all: the fact that we've kind of been reflecting on the season as a whole. I mean, Eric has said, "Hey, Kyle's a great winner, representative of a season. Especially jury phase, not as great." Where would y'all rank initial vibes? Whether it's just ranking new eras or you're going in the top 48. You think he's a top half winner of the new era? Where do you think he kind of stands?
He's probably one of my favorite winners of the new era. If I'm being like, just because how he's played the game for me, in my opinion. But
yeah, it's tough. Shoot,
I should pull up the list. Now, Eli, is your criteria of Kyle as a winner or the season as a whole?
It's Kyle as the winner because we've talked about season as a whole.
I think he'd be at the bottom of the top.
Yeah, bottom of the top for sure.
Yeah.
I think he'd probably go around like, if I'm not 8th season, probably about somewhere between 4 and 5 for me.
Well, no, actually, I'm not even gonna be no.
I'm gonna really sit down. You know,
all right, I'm gonna give y'all names. And you guys just have to say better or worse.
Like
all right, starting with D, better or worse?
Worse.
Kyle
I would say worse. It's not as good.
Oh, of course, yeah. No, and this is not a dig because we all
we'll just say who's better.
Kyle made a good game.
Yeah, we'll say
Kyle and D.
Kyle or Rachel?
Rachel.
Last season.
Oh, Rachel. I had to think, girl.
Kyle or Marianne?
Marianne.
I'm gonna say Kyle.
You think Kyle is better?
I agree with
you.
Eric.
Know what? Overall, Kyle is. Marianne really just ate that speech. She really just ate that. You know what?
I do.
Overall, yeah. You know what? Kyle.
Marianne might be Kyle in a final tribal because Marianne did that good at final tribal. Whole game as a whole, I pick Kyle.
Mary completely ate.
I'm still staying with Marianne.
Yam Yam or
Kyle.
Kyle.
All right, and will this be a sweep, Kenzie?
Kyle.
Yeah,
Eric or Kyle?
Kyle.
And then finally the GOAT.
Erica. Right. Who? We didn't even see Erica.
the Alligabler.
Kyle. Well,
I'm about to say that's Eric's dog right there. That's Eric's dog.
I'll say Kyle.
I'm gonna say Kyle because Gabler really, it was who he was up against. I mean, you can say that about Kyle too, but I don't know. Gabler played a really good game. He had them all fooled. I will say that.
So are you doing Love Island?
So
Is there a
ultimately,
new season of Love Island popping up?
so,
Sorry.
Eric, so ultimately, even in your own words, you still got Kyle listed about 4 or 5.
Oh no, I mean, based on that list, he's about 3, 4, depending on Marianne or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
D, I put D. I put Rachel. Sure.
And then Marianne's at 50-50. Everyone else is outside of Gabler. You pretty much
And
said
then
Kyle was better.
you even said Gabler. You're still kind of waffling on Gabler.
Yeah.
So like I said, you put about 4 or 5 for the new era.
You're annoying. I'm gonna put him over Gabler because reasons.
We on this too long.
Oh,
Next.
fair enough.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's all new era winners.
So he basically like 6, 7.
4 or 5.
4
or 5 out of 8. He's top half. In my opinion, we're cementing Kyle top half winner.
For sure. Well, that's one little last piece we gotta address before we end it all.
Yes, we do.
Josh wants to thank you all for coming to Who All Gonna Be Their podcast. Y'all check us.
Now wait, you're not gonna sweep over this, Latrice. You are not gonna sweep over this. I gotta point out
the way you got it over Josh Mason is so funny.
now look. I would just like to point out that I am now on like a 4-game winning streak.
Actually, whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let me let you have it.
Started from last season of Big Brother, last season of Survivor,
Yeah.
The Traitors, and now Survivor. I am now 4 in a row.
You are.
You didn't win Big Brother Canada, though. You did not win Big Brother Canada, and that's really the only competition show that matters.
Well, my streak started with Big Brother US because we live in the US.
He's being funny because there was no BB Canada season this year.
Yeah, exactly.
No, last year. Who won Big Brother? Was it me?
Because I did.
Or Eli?
We ain't talking about drafts. I win Big Brother Canada drafts. That's all I know. That's all I care about.
What is that? Exactly.
Josh
Don't know her, haven't seen her. Wouldn't know if she walked down the street.
Oh man, I want to watch Big. You know what? This season has me wanting to watch like BB Can 5 or just any Big Brother Canada season where there's arguments, where there's feuds, there's backstabbing. Oh man, I want to watch Big Brother Canada.
Oh my gosh, to go back. Huh.
So yeah,
and I also, to give myself some more props, I had the top 2 finalists on my draft.
And
I had first and second.
Yeah, give us second place. Stand on it, Josh. Stand on it.
Josh is gonna win either way. It looks like.
It's all right though because I got 3rd and 4th.
And I got 1st and 2nd.
Cool.
Well, yeah. I beat Eric. I beat Eric despite having the worst draft of all time. My worst draft of all time still beat Eric.
You know what? That's the true real win, Eli.
That is the truest win.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Josh. But it's more us for all beating Eric. That's
they always want to beat me for whatever reason. I don't understand it.
Let's take a scroll for the winner circle. Congratulations to us. Congratulations.
I can't stand.
Watch Eric win Big Brother US. Watch.
I hope I do. I have to redeem myself because
or let my streak continue up to 5.
Maybe.
But also, can the streets? No, let us tell the streets. Josh's last, all the last 3 of his
was random.
Was random.
He didn't pick them per se.
No,
since I made the draft, technically I won.
I made the draft for Big Brother. Y'all did me on Survivor, but I also did Traitors too.
Traitors is the fakest draft of all time because 17 people won. So you did not pick the one winner.
17 people did not win.
17 people won.
Basically.
Just the Traitors lost. That was more. Oh, was that more Kumbaya than? Man, we need some cutthroat competition shows because Traitors was also Kumbaya.
Please, Big Brother 27, don't come on no Kumbaya.
I hope they bring a bunch of selfish villains.
Broke too. Don't forget Broke.
Hey,
And
Imagine.
I need all of them. I don't want no doctors. I don't want no lawyers. I want them to be broke. I want them to be hungry.
I need a
I've
waitress.
been sleeping in my car, people, so they can get that check and get out.
I have another scenario. I have another great scenario. Eva, second reunion happens, reaches into her bag of chips, and it's a Big Brother invitation, and that's her next advantage. That's her next advantage.
Take it away.
Cuss words just came out of my brain that I don't even know. They might close this. They might.
We need to go medieval. We need to bring out the guillotine. That's what we need for Eli right now.
Off with his head.
I'm spin.
But anywho, y'all, Big Brother is coming up, and we are very excited about that. So we will be covering Big Brother. In the meantime, we kind of got a little minute, so I don't know what we're gonna do in the off season, but you might see us pop in here and there. But yeah,
Survivor. Who tuned in for this finale recap, please, I'm right now, before you exit out, before we leave, please, if you watch Big Brother, go to YouTube. Even if you don't, subscribe to our channel. We want you all to be plugged into the exclusive group chat, become part of the fam, like Mary, like Miss Deborah, like Rox. Please come on in here and join the fam, subscribe, and then follow us on YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at @whoallthere, and turn on those notifications so you never miss when we got an episode coming out. Our girl Angie kissed my cheeks in the chat. She made it at the end. We just closing out, Angie. But yes, please go follow Angie at Kiss My Cheeks. She also covers these shows, Big Brother, The Challenge, and all those things like that at Kiss My Cheeks TV. So make sure y'all go ahead and follow her as well. But thank you also tuning in, hanging with us. It has been a blast. Or has it?
Another Survivor season.
Interacting with y'all has been a blast. This season is
talking with you guys have been a blast. We'll leave it at that.
That's been amazing.
Good night, y'all.
Right, Kyle won the end.
End of email.
And I won too. Period.
Which really means I won.